The positive side of homework. Hello, everyone. My name is Leticia Argueta, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. Let me start with a question. Have you ever felt conflict about homework? Unsure whether it really helped us or just added stress. I think most of have felt that at some point, right? Many students see homework as a boring or even goes over the top difficulty. But today I want to offer a different interpretation. Let's explore the positive side of homework. Personal story. When I was in school, I didn't always enjoy homework. Sometimes, after a long day, I feel exhausted and full of hesitation. One day, I had to plow through math, history, and English. I do the next morning, it was a real test of my passion. But I created a plan. I started with the hardest tasks, took short breaks to improve my concentration, and keep going. By midnight, I had to finish everything. That moment taught many time management and resilience. Those are not just school skills, they're life skills, aren't they? Another time, I had a science project to finish in just 2 days. It was stressful, and I feel like giving up. But something inside might say, keep going. You have done this before. So I worked it slowly but surely. I added color, research, and creativity when I presented it in the front of the class. I feel so proud. That project didn't just teach my science, it made me believe it myself. That's the kind of reward that pays off, right? My hardest assignment learning English. Now I want to share what I believe it has been my hardest homework of all, adapting to English language. When I first started learning English, I felt completely conflicted. I thought, why I'll never understand this? I am too late to learn. Every new word felt like a mountain. Grammar rules were confusing and pronunciation even harder, and sometimes I compared myself to others and feel like I didn't measure up to expectation. But I didn't give it up. Instead, I decided to book it down and study a little every day. At first, progress was slow. There were a few hiccups, wrong answers, and my understood instruction, but it kept going. I kept believing that I was getting closer. One night, my teacher had also write a long English segment. I sat there for hours and trying to write just a one paragraph. I almost cried. I feel frustrated, but eventually I finished it and I feel proof, and even if it wasn't perfect. It turns out the learning a new language isn't just about words, it's about the passion, courage, and in believing in yourself, and even on the hard days. So, yes, this is my message to honest you who is struggling with homework or English. You are not alone, and yes, it's possible. My homework matter. Homework helped us figure it out we know and what we needed to review. For example, when we learned grammar rules, we needed to practice with verbs like make, have, let, help, and get. At first, they can be tricky, but with homework, they get easier, don't they? And sometimes a well designed task let us explore a new passion we didn't know we had. Sometimes we feel lost or resistant to new topics. That's normal, isn't it? The key is to ask for help or say, can you explain that again? That sibling act can make a big difference. Even if we mistakes, we grow stronger. In addition, homework teaches us to be rigorous, to pay attention to details, and to never give up. These qualities are yourself in school, but also in life, in job, and future challenges. And because of that, homework becomes a tool for a long-term success. Motivation and rewards. Let's talk about motivation. Even if we don't feel like doing homework, finishing gives us a sense of success. I remember one night I had to write a long essay. I feel impossible, but I pushed it through, and the next day my teacher said, "Good job." That institute just a few kind words. Life is my inspire. Sometimes small rewards lead to big improvements. We all need motivation and small rewards to keep going, don't we? Some students like music while studying, others take breaks or use snacks as incentives. What matters is building a habit and staying consistent. After all, discipline beats motivation when things get tough. Also, when finish something difficult, we feel stronger. That feeling helps us continue even when we face new challenges. Pros and cons of homework. Let's be fair and look at both sides. There are many hated options about homework in education today. The good side, it builds a responsibility, it improves academic performance, it helps us become resistant to distractions. It prepares us for real life challenges like meeting deadlines or working independently. The bad side, it can be shocking how much is a sickness. It causes stress and takes away time from a family or rest. Sometimes the content feels uninspiring or repetitive. Some students even take issue with the idea of homework altogether. And honestly, I understand that point of view. I used to think the same. However, I believe that if homework is designed well, with purpose and balance, it can be very beneficial. We just needed to make sure it's fair, not excessive and mindful. And yes, sometimes we look for shortcuts, but those don't build real learning. One day, a classmate of mine asked our teacher, "Why do we even need homework?" There was a moment of hesitation in the room. Maybe we were all wondering the same thing, weren't we? But the teacher smiled and asked very calmly, "Because your future self will thank you for the habit you build now." That answer stayed with me. At the time, it didn't sound that important. I mean, we all wanted less homework, didn't we? But as the time passed, I started to understand. Homework is just about finishing exercise. It's about creating discipline, practicing responsibility, and learning how to manage your time. These are things that really pay off later in life. That moment made me reflecting on my attitude toward learning. I realized that even if we don't like a very assignment, each one gets us closer to becoming the kind person we want to be, strong, focused, and ready. Hunger helps us have better habits and a stronger mindset. Let me share a little comparison. Think of homework as a training in a video game. You don't always see your progress right away, but each challenge you complete gives you just skills, strength, and confidence. Then, when the real boss level comes, like an exam, a job interview, or a big project, you're ready. Isn't it that amazing? In a nutshell, homework is not about doing busy work. It's about building our minds, our discipline, and our future. A famous educator once said, "Homework is not about the paper, it's about the process," and couldn't agree more. So the next time you face a mountain of homework, don't just think, "This is a boring." Instead, ask yourself, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this?" Maybe homework isn't about being perfect, it's about becoming persistent. And with every page you finish, every task you complete, you're building not just a knowledge but a character. So go for it. Own your learning, be proud of every little step, and let your hard work today become your strength tomorrow. Because, yes, homework really does pay off, doesn't it? Thanks for watching. See you the next time.